Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing well. So I just got done walking Little Bear, and we walk the same routes every day, pretty much. I mean, we alternate a little bit, but it's the same little section of neighborhoods that we walk, and um, it can be hard for me to keep my cool sometimes. Uh, again, the cities for me, and anybody who I'm assuming for people who are like myself, and they know the ins and outs on some of these things. Symbolically, these houses, schools, these modern institutions and buildings and all this stuff, they have a resonance with them. They have a symbolic, meaning. They represent a particular type of culture and way of doing things. And, um, sometimes, my anger and a borderline feels, it's a very strong anger. I don't want to pay it too much attention, but and then trying to walk Little Bear, or walking Little Bear, and dealing with his wild nature, which is just undomesticated. I mean, that's what the definition of wild means, is to be undomesticated. So he's always wanting to interact with as much as he can, and in this realm, in this city, you can't do that. There's ownership. Again, it goes back into ownership and boundaries and rules and regulations, and the dangers of cars, and especially in densely populated areas. Like, it's dangerous in these cities, man. My parents have been hit by cars. I just had a friend who I went to school with in grade school who, he's gone now, passed away, passed on. He got hit by a car walking on the street. I mean, it's crazy. Like, we think these cities are these safe, like, this is the safe area. This is where you're gonna be okay. Out in nature, that's the danger. That's the badland. That's the that's where you get fucked up. And it's actually the complete opposite. You know, I mean, it is. If you really go out to nature with a pure heart, Little Bear, come on. It really isn't that hard to survive, honestly. I mean, as long as you're not trying to go, walk in the middle of Alaska, and it's not really where human beings supposed to be living. We are 98.6 degrees. We should be living in warmer climates for the most part. Eating fruit and nuts, simple things like that. Like, the human body really doesn't even need that much food. Little Bear, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, come back on the bed. Come on, come on. Just lay in the bed. Okay. You want to sit here with me? It's okay. It's okay. What's up? It's okay. So, anyways, yeah, I got a little frustrated walking Little Bear, and I was gonna come back here and play a little tune and stuff, but I don't know. I'm feeling better now, just speaking. Just letting that out. It makes me feel better. Again, it's all about that expression. If I let that sit there and fester, and it's like, then part of me feels bad because, like, nobody else, I can't relate to anybody else about how I feel. So then you start thinking like you're crazy, and it's like, well, hold on a second, you're not crazy. You may be letting your emotions ride you a little bit, but there's reason to what you're saying. There's truth to what you're saying. There is a reason for us to be angry, and motivated to do things, but it doesn't give us the right to self-destruct and act foolishly. We need to use our wisdom and also acknowledge that we've all had a hand in this. This has all been allowed. This is all part of what creation, life has, allowed to exist, allowed to manifest, allowed to be created, and so there's a good reason. There's a contrast here. There's a learning lesson. There's things to grow from. And, in that, I find, I do find some alleviation from the pain, but and it's also, knowing how to enjoy each and every moment too. uh, you know, I guess it'd kind of be like a stone perception. It's just an enlightened perception of it, knowing how to have fun and play with everything you're around. And being like a child again. That's another one of those things in the book, the good book, that's to have that attitude, the perspective of life, to be that joyful and playful with everything that you're around, to be able to stay positive, and not, frown and look down and, go and pout about things. You know, children don't do that. You know, I mean, you know, there's a nurturing process that goes on, and some children are born with, you know, patterns of personality that are so dark and depraved and, you know, just twisted from, I think, you know, life cycles of living a twisted way, that they're going to come out, you know, a little bit more tormented than others. But for the most part, children want to play. They want to have fun. They don't really, you know, it's as we get older, we get meaner. You know, as I look back, like through my childhood, even like it, the peer pressure thing, the bullying, all of that got worse as I got older. You know, yeah, it really did. You know, it started out slowly, and then as a middle school, it kind of picked up. Elementary school wasn't really there at all. You know, for me, I never really got bullied in elementary school, but starting in middle school and just kind of moving steadily, you know, even in the little group of friends I had, there were people that would fucking just, you know, come at me. And anyways, I'm not trying to, you know, just showing that like it's something that we're learning, like we're growing into this, something that's different than what we came here as. You know, I can go into the lower vibration and the higher vibrational things, but you know, it is something different, you know, and that difference is something that you're becoming, you know, and like once you become that different thing, a little bit, good boy. You know, I mean, it's like you're different now. Like you're not that same thing that you used to be. Like that childlike energy, that beautiful love and all that, it's not there in the same way it was before, you know. And the problem too is if you continue to feed that difference, you know, which is why like things are only going to get worse for people who continue. When I say worse, like there's lines being drawn right now. So it's like this new world order thing. Like you either got to be a part of their system and you know, a slave to what they want you to do, and what you don't really have a choice. You're not gonna have choices anymore. Like you used to have choices because you've made your choice to pay attention to them, because you have opportunities to get out. We all have opportunities to get out. Nobody is forcing us to play a part of this rat race. Nobody. Anybody can go live out in the woods if they want to. You know, it isn't that hard. It really isn't. If they really wanted people not to do that, they would have much dire consequences and things set up to keep people from doing that shit. But they don't. You can do it. I've always come back here on my own volition. You know, there's been plenty of opportunities for me just to continue wandering on, you know. And things do come to you, you know. Especially if you're doing righteous deeds and taking care of yourself and taking care of others, and, you know, you're not lying and being deceitful and stealing from shit. Now, if you're doing stuff like that, you know, you gotta expect bad shit to happen to you. And in my experience, when I have been doing bad shit does happen to me. So for me, I believe in karma because I've seen karma play out in my life, and it just makes sense on a cause and effect level. You know, you can't expect to do anything out here. You know, I mean, if everybody was able to do anything, you know, I mean, there was no consequences, you know, based on the way humans are acting and behaving now and the type of desires and wishes we want. I mean, what's to stop us all from, you know, just consuming everything and doing absolutely nothing when it comes to responsibilities? You know, what's keeping us in line from doing that? This is why having rules, you know, are so-called honors. That's why honor systems, virtue, like a code of ethics, you know, and a way of doing things that's like, yeah, we get it. It's a good reason to have that. Like, that's something good. We should keep that around. It's nothing to be forced on anybody or any type of dictatorship. It's just a way to keep shit fucking in order, in good order, I should say. Because there's always an order to things, but it's like, what type of an order is it? You know, it could be a pretty filthy order, or it could be a cleaner order, you know? So, or it could be a new world order. I mean, I'm just saying. So anyways, but yeah, guys, hope you all are doing well. And again, you know, I was gonna just start trying to make some music or something, but it looks like, you know, I just needed to speak to the good old iPhone and, you know, share it with the internet, and hope you all are doing well. All right, love you guys, bye.